Radiant team pick.
Darkseer.
Alliance's turn to pick.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the TI6 European Qualifier Playoffs. We have Alliance versus Team Finem, and we are hopping into game number 2 of this best of 3. Alliance take down Finem in game number 1 on the back of a Wisp Tiny with a load of Bristleback, a Bulldog Batrider, just kind of being the enforcers, building up so much momentum from the laning phase and continuing to kind of neuter down Finem and prevent them from really flourishing into the late game where potentially their Tricore could have been a problem fogged, but they were not able to get to that point. And well, here we are, game number 2. What do you think, man?
Yeah, you touched on it really well. Alliance's lane setup was really good that game, and like I mentioned, they just dictated the pace of the game. They just directed the whole flow of that game, and it was just get that entire through all the stages that happened. So, and I really want to point out just how well S4 actually played that game. We've been seeing him maybe struggle a little bit, but that game it was back to the S4 that we love to see. He was all over the place, active, landing every single combination, landing all of his spells properly, and making really good setups with Bulldog. So both those guys, in my opinion, played very well that last game. Coming up now, we look at the bans and the picks. Pretty much what we wanted to see. I think this is what I wanted to see last game, especially the Wisp ban. I thought Finem would have banned the Wisp versus Alliance last game, but they didn't. Now it's Alliance banning out the Wisp, and then Finem, of course, banning out the Batrider. They don't want to have to deal with that again since Alliance looked so dominant with it last game.
And they go with a pretty traditional first pick, a solid Darkseer here. Not going wavering away for anything like the Elder Titan once more. Just feel pretty confident that Darkseer just brings so much. Of course, just if you had to pick a hero that was probably the most well-rounded in the game, I would put Darkseer in that group. But do you think there's anyone who's just always a great well-rounded pick in any situation?
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, Darkseer's pretty good.
He's one of them,
He's up there.
He's got a little bit of everything,
It's like Lion, Darkseer.
Yeah.
Like those guys fit every situation.
Some may make an argument for this hero here, Earth Spirit.
Yes.
Maybe me, because I'm pretty biased about it. But
well, yeah, the hero. You look at him and he goes, "Wow, this hero does everything except for physical damage."
Yeah. And just offering your silence, your stun, your magnetize. I mean, already huge team fight potential just between the 1-2 punch here of Finem. Vacuum magnetize, vacuum or boulder smash. We saw it a lot even during the Shanghai Major. So we'll see if they're going to have any luck with it. On the side of Alliance, though, they're going to just open up already with both of their supports. They get the Witch Doctor and go right for the Riki, and not every team enjoys having to play that Riki game and against a Riki.
He just forces you to expend a lot of resources. However, this is not a Riki Lifestealer. We've been seeing Lifestealer completely fall out of the meta again.
Why would you think that is?
I don't know. Some games it seems like he still can work really well, but it just seems people are just completely staying away from the hero. It seems like we're back to our Juggernauts, we're back to our Voids. However, Finem, they don't want to deal with the Riki Lifestealer. That is one of those combinations that is just too potent. It puts too much pressure on the map, and they just don't want to deal with it, so they just ban it.
If anyone was to still pull out the Lifestealer, it'd probably be Alliance too, though. So maybe it's for the safe bet that Finem do get rid of it just in case here. And
it's really good versus Darkseer and Earth Spirit as well. Obviously, with the Rage making you immune to all spell damage.
Alliance actually ban out the Disruptor here. They follow up with another second phase respect ban on that very scary Madara Slark.
Same third, fourth bans from Alliance.
Yeah.
And we are actually back to our norm as well. We did see Finem. They are first pick on Radiant this time, and it's second pick on Dire. Last game, like we mentioned, it was, I think, Finem chose Radiant, and they had
second pick, right?
Second pick.
Yeah, very awkward there. But, well, they paid the price, maybe. I wouldn't put it all on that, of course, but unfortunately now this means that they will be at a bit of a disadvantage here, being one match down. And Alliance, as mentioned before, just that one win away from being able to secure their invite to Seattle and competing at TI6.
Yeah, to clarify, just to make sure that people understand what we're saying with that too, is that they will make it to if Alliance wins this game, they do make it to TI guaranteed. But they need to win the next years to actually be playing in TI. It'll be for the wild card spot, of course.
Yeah.
The two teams that make it to the grand finals do make it, but one does go to the wild card.
Of course. But hey, they get to go to Seattle.
Yes, they get to go to Seattle.
We'll have to see if they're going to be able to just kind of be automatically in the tournament, or like you mentioned, battle their way through that very scary wild card or not. So
Wild card's no joke, man.
didn't you have to play in a wild card?
Yeah.
I think I remember you had to play in a wild card, and unfortunately back then, that wasn't nice enough to allow every team to play on the mighty main stage.
No, and it was sad. Those are sad days. We won't go and get into that.
Yeah. But you can relate, you know.
Yeah.
Not a team would rather be there first and foremost. Wild card is not the easiest thing to make your way out from. So second phase though, I'm really thinking about this one here. You know you're going against the Ricky Witch Doctor, and you've already committed for the Darkseer here, so you can't get yourself like a creepy Slardar, let's say, or anything like that to help kind of detect the Ricky. So they really need to kind of see where they want to go with this here.
Yeah, it's just probably looking. They're probably just like glancing at like what the Alliance has played, what they've been synergizing with the Witch Doctor, with the Ricky. Don't think we've actually seen the Ricky too much, so they're probably just looking at what Alliance likes, specifically with the Witch Doctor, which is, I mean, the standard from which they do, which I wouldn't be surprised maybe a Juggernaut ban. We see a lot of people running the Juggernaut in Spirit Darkseer, but now it is actually a Timbersaw ban, so I'm assuming Alliance will just pick up a Jug here.
We know Alliance to play a lot of Timbersaw. I haven't seen a whole lot of like S4 Timber or even Bulldog Timber in recent history. I don't mean to put you on the spot as you frantically
No. I was
to see
I didn't think so either. I think maybe we'd seen one game of it, but no, I am mistaken. They didn't. They had not played any Timbersaw.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Radiant
instantly
call,
picked
sir.
the Juggernaut. Yeah, it's people have been picking it like constantly versus this Darkseer and Earthbearer, just because you can't get. Obviously, you can't roll on him. You can't Ion Shell pressure him because he can just spin and kind of walk away. And it's synergized as well. It's Healing Ward. And with the Witch Doctor heal, and it's Alliance. This is a very safe and general pick for them.
Oh, absolutely. And could prevent Finem from certain pickups here. It looks like they will round out their secondary support with the other well-rounded hero we were talking about, Fog.
Darkseer and Lion.
They couldn't have any two better well-rounded heroes. It's Darkseer and Lion, and Finem will be able to snag up both.
They have all three of the most well-rounded heroes.
You're right.
I mentioned Darkseer and Spirit
now,
Lion.
who's the most well-rounded core?
Now we need some physical damage at Finem. Let's go.
I mean, first thing I think about is Sven, but I don't know how much Sven I've been seeing recently. Typically a very good powerhouse duo with something like the Darkseer.
He's great versus all three of the heroes that Alliance has. I would really like the Sven pick would be really cool, and Madara had a huge impact. We're back.
The son of madness.
We're back to the S4 mag, so they have obviously the Empowered for the Juggernaut, and they even have the Empowered for the Ricky. So we have seeing, not lately at all, of course, and maybe only in pub games, but you've seen that Battle Fury Ricky, right? You see how much damage it actually does with Tricks of the Trade, because it does cleave. So we could even see him transition. If it is a Ricky support with Empower, he can actually get very farmed.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So there's the physical damage that we were asking for.
Was it Finem? I was casting a game with Merlini the other day, and I think it was Finem who tried to pull out a TA in a difficult matchup against Secret, I believe, in the mid lane Timbersaw. And it looked like it was working out at first. Was it not them?
They have two TA games that they played recently.
Yeah, maybe it was that one against Fantastic Five? No. I'm not too sure. Or no, Vega Squadron maybe. They've been trying to match up TA against the mid lane Timber in those cases, and it started out pretty strong, and then you were expecting the snowball follow-up, but it didn't really quite get there. But hey, this time it looks like it will be TA versus the Magnus.
And Alliance agrees with us. They banned the Sven. It is actually the perfect hero for Finem to like do everything. Like Ricky can't really gank his lane too well, obviously because of the Warcry, and Sven's just such a tanky hero. Warcry versus Juggernaut is extremely good, and extremely good versus Witch Doctor. Everything about the Sven would have been like the perfect pick, and you kind of maybe are looking at Finem and maybe like, oh man, maybe they should have picked the Sven 4th instead of the Templar Assassin.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe they just wanted to get like what they felt would be the absolute best matchup in mid lane, but you're
12
right.
12 seconds now, and they go for the safe lane carry void.
Very interesting. Okay.
We've actually seen a couple teams do this, especially when they have a Darkseer, just because of the synergy with the vacuum into the chrono and stuff, but also your Void doesn't need too many items to get solo kills. He can just have an Ion Shell on him, and it amplifies his damage quite a lot.
nonetheless, this already looks like it's going to be potential for a very exciting game. I didn't get such extra base on the Magnus pick, but I'm always a big fan because he's just such a crowd pleaser. RPs just bring the hype, and you got that together with your vacuum walls, your Earth Spirit magnetizes, Chronos. This game is going to have a lot of fireworks. And
so we have the Bulldog Lone Druid is still left in the pool if they want to go for something like that. It is a lot of synergy with the Juggernaut, and it also benefits from Empower. I'm trying to think of heroes that really benefit from that, so they can go for their like tri or even quad core for Alliance.
outside of that,
There's Beastmaster that they... Oh no, sorry, that Beastmaster is definitely banned. Apologies.
no worries. Beastmaster's out, Brood's obviously out, Bat Rider's gone. So
And they
Lone
do
Druid.
Lone Druid.
I mean, you're just kind of going down.
got him.
Yeah, you're feeling it. This one.
Got him.
We got it. Feeling it. And, you know, maybe something that Finem should have been expecting here, but nonetheless, we see our 5-man draft here fogged on paper. Who do you got?
They've had pretty... Finem's had a lot of success with the Safe Lane Void, but this is such a staple Alliance draft.
I feel like we always say it, it's always easy to say that with an Alliance trap because they don't reach too far outside the box.
Yeah.
But that's just a nice thing. Alliance have been playing together so long, they have those lineups. They're always going to end up with one of them, and the next thing you know, you're saying, this feels like an Alliance lineup.
The one thing for Alliance, I guess, that they lack is the Lone Druid takes some time to build up, and Ricky wants to be able to gank the lanes, but he doesn't really have the best option right now in the game to be ganking them. So they could fall behind, especially if they have to play play with 4 heroes and let the Lone Druid do his own thing. So we'll see how they decide to adapt for that and what they want to prepare. But at Finem as well, these heroes need their levels. Darkseer requires his farm. He needs to get like levels. He needs to get his mech up relatively early. Earth Spirit as well needs some levels. Lion is probably the one who needs levels the least on this team. But yeah, across the board of Ad Finem, it's a little bit greedy. But Alliance's draft as well is a little, I guess, a little greedy, but it just takes, not greedy so much, but it takes some time to just progress onto what they want. And they're gonna do what they've been doing actually so often now. They're doing a pseudo aggro with the Juggernaut and Witch Doctor, and maybe even the Ricky moving down to that safe lane and putting Bulldog in that 1v1 situation.
They've been
giving farm,
doing it a lot with like that Dazzle Rubik combo they've been pulling out from time to time, but it just seems like a trending thing now. And I guess when they feel like they've been pulling in a lot of success with it, why not go back for it once more? Quickly fly through some of these fancy little predictions here. The highest total magic or pure damage. I will put that potentially on, I don't know, I'll just go Loda for that one. How long will the game be? Ooh, that's a decent question. Could be decently long.
Magic or pure damage, remember, not physical, so.
Oh, magic or pure. Okay, I will go...
I got you.
What are you gonna do?
You got 12 seconds. I just picked randomly. I did Skylar.
Right, holy shit, I'm just gonna... If I win that somehow, that's gonna be amazing. Anyways, as we get underway here, Badar scoping out this bottom lane along with Thug, and maybe next time we could see an early rumble here. Good little stun, gets the setup, but Thug eating a lot of damage here from the Blade Fury. He's gonna force out the boulder roll, and it comes up just a bit short. Refraction's gonna come out, and that refraction will not be enough. First blood goes to Loda. It's a ravage of a stun coming out for maybe next time, but it doesn't matter as the damage had been done, Fogged. Of all the people to go down, it's the Thug TA, and from all the people to get the first blood for Alliance, it's Loda. Couldn't ask for a better start.
They do get both bounty runes, fortunately, on Ad Finem, but unfortunately they do lose their Templar Assassin. Really nice play there from Spartan, though, rolling in onto the Juggernaut. Almost saves TA, but EGM there with the Orb of Venom to just clean up.
Very nice, and looks like a certain EGM with a fancy gold cosmetic is going to continue to be a bit of a nuisance here, and will force Thug back a bit. So we'll continue to keep tabs there. Bottom lane, the aggro setup here, as mentioned before, allows Loda to comfortably move through the lane, still holding on to a little bit of the last bits of that.
The Courier, EGM's going for it, but nope, not able to.
Will be coming up a bit short. Looks like the Courier makes it back in a way to safety, but is something that Ad Finem are going to have to continue to keep tabs on. And what about our top lane matchup? It's a Lone Druid and Darkseer one-on-one. So is this kind of a win-win for both sides?
Yep, just trade farm.
Yeah.
Bulldog is super experienced in this matchup. Probably the most experienced person in all of Dota for one of these. He usually tends to actually he blocks his pull camp constantly with his bear to make sure the Darkseer can accelerate his farm with that. But now Witch Doctor does get down on bottom. You have the spin.
Okay, jump on forward.
Couple
Madara
hits.
needs another right click, but is not
Spartan.
going to be able to get there. But Spartan is the one who's caught out. Oh, Loda tries to eat through the tree, but maybe next time is there to kind of put him in check. And Spartan, whew, barely able to make it away, will be forced to buy the TP and head right back to base. Very close. Too close to cover there for Finem, and even close for cover for Ake, but it looks like he will be able to pick up a salve and heal himself right back up.
EGM just bullying maybe next time.
Yeah, he is just a nuisance, but dropping down the sentry here knows that he's going to be doing this uncovered. And is now going to try to be a bit of a problem here for Madara if possible. How's our mid lane matchup going here? S4 is 10-0, TA about the same, so far so good for both sides. Is that as expected, or is this just repercussions from that first blood?
It's a little bit of repercussions, but also S4 is like we've been saying, they have their signature heroes.
Yeah.
On the side of Alliance, and they're super experienced in these matchups. Like S4 goes for the Empower level 1 so he can deal with them, and Ake a bit out of position, might get caught out, but no, beautiful cast bouncing through, and now they're turning it on to Spartan, and he's gonna go down.
That slow of the Cloud 2 certainly helps, and the Blade Fury will help clean things up. The man-made of rock will crumble down to the earth once more, and now they're gonna look for a follow-up play. There's a new Cloud, silenced up Madara. Looks like he will be able to find a getaway and time walk out from trouble, and there it goes. GM though, still hunting around here. Spartan will help come out of the trouble by cutting down or rolling down those trees. And he'll head right back into the lane. But this is obviously very frustrating for Madara. You know, typically he gets these kind of lane setups where he has like a free Slark bit of farm or anything. In this situation, he is definitely continued to be put in check by Alliance.
Yeah. The one nice thing for Skylark is that he is on the Radiant side, so he's able to just double stack the big camp over and over and just get a little bit of extra farm over Bulldog. So I think that he should actually maybe pull out of this lane just a little bit ahead of Bulldog.
That's good, because we know Darkseer really needs those frickin' levels in farm. Get that mech online and get enough farm to build up your wall and some points into that vacuum before he can really be a team participator. So he'll have the time to kind of build up and might be one of the biggest farmers in this game because of the laning situation. So that said, you know, Spartan as well. Typically with your Earth Spirit, you'd love to be able to kind of roam around and find some kill potential maybe towards the mid lane. And I like that cute little play. Spartan rolls right in and is able to snag up the regen rune right under the nose of EGM, who had been waiting for it.
Yep.
And now they round back. They have the vision for EGM. They lead it in with an early boulder smash, but they have the dust as a follow-up. There's going to be the roll. There's going to be the kill. Finem get themselves on the board.
Yep, Courier delivers that much-needed regen for Madara now. And he's doing quite well for himself. 19 and 3 CS to Lotus 16 and 2. It's very rare that you see the supports right now, and even like the 5-minute mark, all basically have 0 CS. Because we're not really used to seeing tri versus tri lane. It's something of the past, and Alliance is kind of bringing that back.
Yeah, especially in these playoff games too. They've definitely been ramping up a lot of the aggro lane play, and now you see a team like Finem forced to respond and what was a bit of a throwback here. So,
yep, EGM has eyes on Spartan. Spartan looks like he wants to kind of make a play on the mid lane, but
can they S4 maybe help coax him into a bit of an awkward position? Looks like he will roll back, and oh, they actually coaxed in EGM under a sentry ward, and they'll make the go for that, but S4's there to help bail him out as he will blink strike up to the high ground, and all the wonderful benefits of being a Riki, something that you don't get with your typical bounty hunter.
Yeah. I had actually originally thought when the game had started was that they were going to just do a straight up dual lane with the Lion Juggernaut, and maybe that was their plan until the tri lane came out, and having the Earth Spirit play around mid.
Oh, charge back! Nicely done from S4. I'm sure he's had that done many a time in all the history of his mid lane Magnus, but this time Thug will be able to make it away. A very cute play though in setup.
RP blown though, and he ends up surviving, so. But yeah, like I was mentioning, I thought that they were going to have Earth Spirit sitting on mid and just constantly stacking Ancients while playing around that mid lane, but now it does look like that's what he wants to do. Going toward that top rune.
Yep.
Oh wow, he's just walking into it.
Hey everybody,
oh,
how's it going? Mind if I just walk in and try to take it? Well, he is he's checked right against the wall. It's like hockey here. He does roll. Cute little play, gets him up and over the high ground and towards Grandma's house. He's going to try to walk himself away from this, but EGM...
Why'd he turn it around?
I don't know. That might have been a bit of a slip-up, and EGM seems to have the move speed on him, and he gets it right by the tower. He goes down. A valiant effort to make it away. Who knows? Maybe if he didn't stutter step, he might have been able to make it to safety, but...
He would have actually lived if he
yeah.
didn't stutter step.
Unfortunately, though, he did. And with that stub of the toe, he loses his life, and Alliance will now pull ahead 3-1.
Yep. Still, though, not too shabby for Finem. The CS, they're leading a bit in the CS. We do see the Void farming much better, actually, than Loda is.
Well, a bit of a reset will happen here for Finem as Spartan just kind of is delegated to kind of building up these stacks. Obviously, an important co-play here when you have that TA on your team, but Alliance already also ahead of the page. They do have that ward nearby to kind of scout out anyone flirting in that area, but they can't exactly see who is doing the stack or how many stacks are there, but I'm sure it's something that they'll be keeping tabs on soon enough. Both teams have actually a couple of ancient stacks built up here. Good stack farming from both sides.
Yep. Lone Druid got his Midas up. Raindrop as well. Pretty much the standard that we do see. Bottom lane, Loda getting gone on.
That's a chrono.
Chrono.
Yep, and they make their move. Ake's there though. The coconut slows him down, but it's not close enough to get the bounce play here.
No bashes.
But no bashes, and Loda's not enough damage to bring down the swordsmith.
And
So
mid
he'll be
lane,
fine.
they get another RP off, and they do bring him down. They bring down the Earth Spirit this time.
Oh.
Thug might get a trade kill.
He's
The
trying,
misses
but
the
the
smoke screen.
freaking cloud comes out and he can't get his way through it, and it
It's a
turns
double.
into a double kill for EGM. Couldn't ask for anything better if you're Alliance. They avoid the trouble in the bottom lane and end up walking away with 2 kills simultaneously in the mid lane, and they might even get more possibly. They look for something in the bottom lane, but it's just to force the Madara time walk out. Here comes Spartan for a response, but it's a bit far out of reach, and they'll be coming up short there. Looking like another game where possibly Finem could be struggling a bit in this laning phase, and I don't know how forgiving their lineup is if it doesn't go too successful.
Yep. They're still farming very well, and it's only like a 1,500 gold lead for Alliance. They just need to make sure that they stack up those Ancients constantly for the TA so that they can accelerate his farm. But right now, they're still doing just fine. You know, it's a few kills, but they shouldn't be feeling down on themselves at all.
Let's say Thug is able to kind of find his way back, build up these stacks, and farm up. Is it in his best interest to go straight for your damage buildup and get the Deso sooner than later? Or do you think he might have to consider other options, or maybe something a bit more defensive?
He sometimes goes for that blink, blink first, and then into the Deso later, but we'll probably see him pick up the Blightstone first, and then make the decision of how he feels his farm is going. If he gets enough Ancient stacks, he might go for the Deso. If he doesn't, then he might just go for the Blink Dagger.
Maybe next time did pull off a stack there and had to walk through an OBS on the side of Alliance, so they obviously know that there's stacks happening over there. Maybe they don't know how many, but is something they're going to be aware of. Meanwhile, top lane, the biggest net worth in the game now is the mighty Bulldog, and he continues his casual grind, something I'm sure he's done many a time in his Dota life. Midas already online, but really waiting to get that radiance before he can take it to the next level.
Yeah, and we do have Madara going for that Vanguard build. The one that we've, you know, the Waga build that everybody says, the Vanguard Radiance. It might not be that this time. We have been seeing a rise in popularity of the Vanguard Echo Saber.
Oh yeah. I remember, I don't know if it was the first one to do it, but you know, Bulldog was one of the first people I saw do it in a game. I thought it was very interesting and ended up being quite valuable, so. And then after that, I know Moon Meander adopted it a few times. Not sure who's the real innovator there, but it's definitely been a pleasant surprise, and it's worked out pretty nicely for many Faceless Boys in the past. We'll just have to see what flavor Madara does prefer here.
Yeah, makes you super tanky. With the Echo Saber, you have like 1,500 plus life with Shred's Echo Saber and a Vanguard.
Oh yeah. He will be definitely very, very tough to bring down. And for now has kind of a free lane to work with. It looks like Bulldog is actually going to be the one to take the stacks here.
That's
And,
cute.
Yeah, he gets to ramp up towards his radiance even faster. Meanwhile, mid lane, EGM pops out the smoke screen here for maybe next time, but as the trap is sprung here from Thug, they might be forced to step back away. Shockwave will fly from S4, still has the RP, but now a Chrono flies out from Madara here, and they're kind of a bit all over the place. EGM will end up going down, even though the Chrono wasn't its best, but they get what they want, and well, I don't know, hard commitment for support, but obviously a very thirsty Finem will get their kill.
Yeah, Bulldog though able to clear up that Ancient, and I actually I saw an interaction that I didn't know happened. So his Spirit Bear was empowered, and he resummoned it, and the new resummoned bear had Empower.
Also had Empower.
Yes, so that was an interesting little thing. I didn't really know that that interaction worked that way. Noob analyst.
Oh, I mean, how often have we been seeing Lone Druid Magnus games, you know? So
yeah,
can't really fault you on that. Come on. I don't know if Twitch chat would be forgiving though, so sorry, buddy.
Nope, I don't forgive myself either. It's okay.
so hard on yourself. Here's Thug, though, back in the grind, and it looks like straight to Deso for him, potentially, Fog. He's got the Blightstone and the Hammer paired up, and just about 1,000 gold away from being able to clean the Desolo up altogether.
Yeah, he was able to freely clear those Ancients up without the pressure of the Ricky or from anyone from Alliance, so... And he does feel like they do need the damage, and I would agree with him.
Oh, looks like Alliance heading towards this top lane. Skylark, though, a bit on edge, waits way back behind this tier 2 while he still has a fresh tier 1 way up here at the top. Knows that trouble is potentially ruined. Saw maybe the shift from S4 and didn't see him show up onto the board here. And oh man, it looks like maybe next time was able to cross paths with EGM there. Blasts him with the finger and the Ricky goes down.
Alrighty then. He was dewarding and he's just like, oh, a Ricky.
Alright, free money.
Stun, finger. Ricky is very innately squishy, especially because he also did go for that phase boot build, which we've been seeing as well quite a lot lately. So yeah, very nice pickup there for the line and much needed money. So thank you just paid for my sentries and my wards.
And he might get more money soon here. It looked like at Finem we're making a push towards this bottom lane to breach and take down this tier 1.
They've got their 5-man timing now though. They've got the mech finished up.
Yep.
They're getting close to like a few other items. So right now they can take this tower. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them make a move all around the map to take the rest of the tier 1s very soon. Oh, I thought misses the last hit on the tower there. Unfortunate.
But one step towards breaching those towers down, but you're right. I mean, taking that last hit would have helped him get that Deso just that much faster, but we'll be forced to wait in the meantime.
Bulldog getting close to that relic, 400 away.
Yeah, he is
doing very well for himself.
He's turning into a monster fast. So we'll have to see what the response play will be here from Ad Finem, and it looks like top lane will be their potentially next objective, while they still leave Madara here down at the bottom. Still haven't seen any sort of inkling as far as what his next build-up is.
Yeah, he just went for the Ring of Aquila for now, and then he's just probably waiting to decide. Maybe he'll just pick up the treads, just because he doesn't really have the item slots to drop anything just yet.
And for the rest of them, it looks like they'll just kind of get back into their grind. They do have Spartan now at level 6, so they do have Magnetize to play with, and just kind of goes along with the, as you mentioned, their 5-man play. So
yeah, and we see that Alliance was actually feeling quite pressured there and farming in that bottom lane. They actually scan just below where Bulldog is farming, but they don't read the play from Ad Finem properly there. Ad Finem is making a different move, and S4 does finish up that Blink Dagger now. So he has Blink RP online and level 3 in power, so it's really gonna boost up his buddy Loda and Bulldog.
and then obviously can be their head initiator here and kind of playmaker if they want to make any sort of setup. But we'll have to be careful. You never know. You could end up jumping yourself into a potential, geometric grip from Earth Spirit, and we'll have to see it. You look at the lineups now, and it becomes pretty apparent that for a lot of these fights, it comes down to some serious execution plays.
Here's the smoke. They're going for Skylark in the top lane. Ad Finem is not going to be ready for this.
Let's see, Skylark, oh, he's still lingering around. This seems to be an easy pickoff. He waits once, waits twice, will be able to get the skewer all the way back and straight into a smoke screen here. Tricks of the trade will help clean that one up. Spartan shows up with the boulder smash, but could find himself in quick trouble. Gets the Magnetize off first, but will only be a little bit of lingering magic damage. Can Madara get in and find some sort of double man chrono to help clean things up? Oh, he's kind of cut between two. Blind man stun is going to be off the mark. Madara jumps through, but still can't find Loda. Moves through. Is that a cat ward? Still can't find him. Turns the corner. Looks like Alliance have been able to slip totally away from this.
Yeah, and
eventually,
another one.
Yeah, they get their own re-engagement. Beautiful skewer back into a blade. Fury gets one, almost gets two. Madara will be able to time walk away to get a lot of that HP back, but he will survive. Alliance, though, 2 kills all day.
Man, and Ad Finem, I don't even feel like they should have TP'd. Like, they should have just gone for their own split push, because as soon as he gets gone on, he was already dead. And now Thug as well might get caught out.
Oh no, he's running back and away. Does have that
safe.
fresh deso, but it looks like, yeah, he will be good.
But yeah, instead of just giving up a single kill on the Darks here, they end up giving up 3 kills to Alliance because of their reactionary play rather than just going with their own inner feeling. Again, Alliance dictating the pace of this game currently.
And that is the Alliance way for most of the games.
And Bulldog is enormous.
He just got that Radiance.
He's got 600 gold too. He's got Radiance, he's got his Raindrops, he's got Midas, he's got Bassi, he's got a Ring of Regen 2 on top of all that, and 600 gold. This guy is huge. Level 14 going on level 15 at 16 minutes and 30 seconds. That is
certainly helps.
extremely
Oh,
impressive.
swing and a miss on the dust, it looks like. Trying to get a hold of EGM, but he was actually more towards the mid lane, right behind that tier 1. So Finem will have to miss the mark on that one. And it feels like a bit of an awkward start here for them. Wait a bit of a hiccup, but here we go. Boulder Smash will be off the mark. Not the ideal start while it's Alliance who are kind of propping themselves up. There's no RP yet, still 20 seconds. This tier 1 though is set to fall. I don't know how the timing's going to work here. Will they sweep in for the deny? Will Finem look to jump? Madar waiting. He's got that chrono in his pocket. Just in case there's a response from Alliance, which it doesn't seem to be yet, but now comes Bulldog. Will they do anything about it here?
Here we go. RP online.
He's waiting.
Three together.
Boom!
Gets all 3.
Got him! Beautifully done. Shockwave,
Big
Blade
Chrono,
Fury.
though.
Chrono as the counterplay from Madara is respectable and nice, but do they have the damage to clear it up? It does not look like it. It looks like Alliance are going to get the better of this one. They take down 3. They'll only lose EGM, and now it's maybe next time a man on the run gets the Hex off while Madara, eating the Death Ward, will be forced to time walk back and away. They are able to catch up with that line and finish him off. It's a double kill for Bulldog. Alliance take 4 names and only lose 1. Nice.
Perfect positioning there. The Invis rune as well. More than ideal. He gets a 3-man RP. The Chrono does catch on almost 4 heroes from Alliance, but there's no damage, there's no follow-up. It's pretty much a defensive Chrono, and it doesn't even actually end up saving any of his buddies anyway, so completely wasted it by Finem, and they are starting to fall heavily behind in this game.
Alliance, I wouldn't be surprised, could double back, go right for the Roche if they really wanted to here. Just continuing to, do Alliance things where they get these pickoffs and follow it up with quick objectives, really kind of accelerating the pace of this game and not allowing Finem to be able to fall back. But unlike the last game, Fog, where they had that Tricore and maybe potential to scale into the late game, this one I would not be nearly as confident with. TA should be really beginning her snowball by now, and she's only 1 in 3. And for your Faceless Void, he requires quite the build-up if you want to see him as a real hard hitter and damage dealer in the late game.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Greek boys right now. They are very heavily far behind, and they're playing into a lineup that scales not even just like exponentially, but in more of a factor than that on the side of Alliance, where they have 3 heroes that benefit heavily from Empower with a max Empower.
Finem are coming by here. Alliance haven't been able to finish the Rose. Whoa, quick burst from the TA. Will be able to finish off Ake. Alliance could be in a bit of an awkward position here.
RP on the ready though.
Yep, and Chrono is not. So roll forward, Spartan digs up the Magnetize between 2, gets the Boulder Smash off. That will prevent S4 from being able to be a good blinking position. Walks through, Magnetize will reset. And they're trying their best to be able to get at least EGM bursted down. He's dropping every stone he can to be able to get it done. That, connected through, almost got EGM, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, Vacuum will bring Bulldog up and right on top of a wall up and above. The Chrono locks him down.
Teammate.
Oh no, just locking the Bulldog, and of course, maybe next time Lion's not going to be enough, but with Bulldog still trapped on the high ground, Madara joins him, and he's just in a continuous battle with himself.
Oh, instant Hex by maybe next time.
But that Hex stops anything from having as a follow-up from Alliance. They still can't get him down. They finally will finish him off. It is going to be Darkseer who gets the credit because of the wall. Turns into a 2-for-1, man. Finem doing their damnedest to keep him alive. But there's going to be the burst. They finally finish out the Lion. And here comes Spartan back for round number 2. Boulder Smash Silence onto S4. Madara leaps in for the follow-up play. Can they stop him from making it out? He's just going to commit the RP.
He's going to die anyway.
And boom!
Holy
They'll be able to finish him off.
The
What a wonderful
real.
comeback here from Finem. And look at this. They'll sweep in to hopefully get the finish. But look at this EGM. They don't have a sentry. Oh, God. He's got to be careful. The Cyblade came in. No, they finished him off
God.
anyways inside the Roche pit. Oh, no.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
Oh, no.
That was... They're back. They're back in this game. They're completely back in this game.
That just put the game back even.
I just said, looking rough for the Greek boys, and they hear me, they're like, no, we're going to take this game back right now. And Thug gets beautiful initiations off. He jumps in, takes out Ake in the beginning of that fight. Ake literally walked into that fight in the first place, died, The whole fight happened. He respawned, walked, got two-shotted again. That is the saddest witch doctor on the planet right now, but beautiful plays coming out from Finem. Even Spartan there, he threw his life away just to keep that RP, or keep the magnetize flowing, keep it going onto S4, so S4 is not able to find the positioning, because he's not able to blink at all to get any RPs. And then afterwards, they get a nice vacuum up on the high ground for of the lone druid, and S4 tried to get a blink RP off to get, I think it was 2 or 3 men RP, and maybe next time actually had vision of him, gets the instant hex off, and yep, they take the fight, the Roche, and then of course that splash kill. I mean, we're gonna be seeing clips of that for a bit.
Absolutely. Okay, Spartan. All right. Tried to sidestep a S4 looking for the setup with the skewer. Low says, I'm just going to R-click him. And the Omni Slash is there. They'll take down the Earth and follow it up with a +1 on the tower. Alliance determined to take back the initiative they had set for themselves in the laning stage. But my God, Finem really opened things up now in the mid game. And with their advantage there, continuing their assault top lane, they'll pressure in for this tier 2. Alliance looking for a trade on the bottom lane.
You know what's absurd too? That Chrono, his only hit his teammates in the last fight, and they won the engagement so hard.
And even saved Bulldog for a bit. He didn't have to worry about the wall there for the meantime. But yeah, like, imagine how much better it would have gone, even with the good Chrono.
They all carried their weight in that fight in a way, but Spartan, he was really he was just that sacrificial lamb. It was god tier plays by him there.
Yeah. And Alliance will be able to also clean up that bottom tier 2. So that is a kill on Spartan and 2 towers for Alliance. Not too shabby for a recovery play in their economy after a very rough Roche situation for them. But now this game, it's a whole new game now. Wow. That's for sure.
And, okay. Loda still goes for Battle Fury even though he has Empower. So I guess he just wants to be able to emphasize in pushing lanes out.
Somebody
better.
get this guy a bra. That's a lot of cleavage right there. That's for sure. I don't know. I mean, Omni Slash will definitely do a serious number.
Good.
You like that?
I like that one.
Yeah, I tried. Thanks, man.
Yeah, the Omni Slash will be obviously enhanced a bit if people are obviously around the area from the Empower and the Battle Fury combo for the cleave. But stacking up cleaves is not something we tend to see happen too often. But I could understand him wanting to just make sure that they force the lanes out constantly. But it is a bit of a weird item decision because he's kind of squishy now, rather than going for like, what do we say? Usually people go like S&Y, Scotty, or maybe even like something else like in between that, like the defusal.
Sometimes
the
that early Vanguard,
yeah, that's like what we tend to say, especially if it's like with the mag. You're not really used to seeing that Battle Fury build. But either way, accelerates his farm.
Yep,
lets him pick up speed.
And yeah, just based on that fight, recognizing that they might have to pump the brakes a bit on being able to take team fights, and will just do their alliance thing and taking the farm game and hope that they just take it faster. Which, you know what? They have the tools to take farm a lot faster. You got that Lone Druid Radiance, you now got that Battle Fury on the jug. They can play with the clock a bit. Finem, though, say, we've just taken the initiative, we've taken the advantage, we don't want to let go. Let's just keep this pace up and continue fighting when our ultimates are up and when our team fight's good to go.
Oh, they're running into the enemy jungle right now.
Okay. Oh, down in
below. They know that
okay,
S4 is there.
S4, oh, he eats a shockwave, but S4 will be able to get the blink and a skewer for extra safety distance. Straight to the TP. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I would say Valiant Chrono could have been there, but obviously just out of vision.
Madara went for the Manta build that we've been seeing, so Manta, maybe even Defusal after that. I don't know if he has the item slots to go for that, but it is definitely a possibility.
Also, speaking of Defusals, by the way, EGM pretty close to his, if not close to done. I thought I saw him have 2 Blade of Alacrities before.
He put it back at base. He was carrying around some wards, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, fair enough. But yeah, he's getting pretty close to his. But here comes Finem now. The Greeks making the way down from the northern front of this base here. Alliance, for the first time in quite a while, actually going to have to, be on their high ground defense here.
And finally, Finem is able to get all these wards out. After they take that big Roche engagement and everything, they put down 3 wards defensively, or 3 wards into the secret shop area, and then another ward now up in that top side after they took that tower. So good objective wards coming out by them.
And it looks like that might be the end of the top lane push here for Finem. At least for now. It looks like they'll step back in a way. Loda was pressuring this bottom lane, so it forced out the rotation here, at least from Madara. So Alliance, this is what they do best, though. It's something that Ben was also talking about a lot when I was casting with him in the Alliance game we casted previously. It's just Alliance are just so good at being able to dictate their pace, man.
Yeah.
If they don't want to take a fight, they won't take a fight. They're very good at manipulating the map and forcing their opponents up and down and away and playing that cat and mouse game.
We touched on it a bit this game, but last game was the one where more so it was like, they dictated the whole flow of the game. This one, they were dictating the whole flow until that Roche engagement.
Yeah, that's where things can go wrong for Alliance, is just when crazy
herring.
chaotic. It's like, wait, we were supposed to get this Roche scot-free, and then the Greeks show up, they're ready to toga party or whatever, and Alliance just didn't have their party hats on, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
So they'll be able to recover though, and you can see it in the graph, you know, where Finem got that spike back. When they're just playing the stagnant farm game, that's where Alliance are better. So they are just slowly accumulating the economy game back to where it once was.
Yep.
So that's
Battle
not good
Fury.
for Finem.
Battle Fury Jug with Empower.
Yep.
Pushes lanes down in like 2 swings. Bulldog as well. Empowered Bear kills it in like little to no time, and it does look like Bulldog is pretty much finished up with his AC. He's gonna be picking it up from the fountain on his bear. Grabs it.
Yep.
So he's got the Vlad, the AC, and the Radiance at like 26 minutes. This has to be like some kind of record, but I say that, but this tends to be the same thing that we see happen all the time from Bulldog.
Yeah, it's a Bulldog standard almost at this point. Jump in from Thug, but Loda gets off the Blade Fury TP and will not be shot down whatsoever. And back at mid lane, EGM.
Mid lane.
Yeah, he's got that roll though. Plenty of ways to be able to make it away from any one-on-one engagement when you're Earth Spirit. Kick him away, roll away. He's a hard one to take down once he gets out of that smoke screen.
Yeah, EGM doesn't really have like solo kill potential, especially except maybe on the Lion, because he does have that diffusal and the max blink strike.
Yep.
But no big point.
He's still
dagger yet.
very frail. I mean, 940 life.
Yep.
So has to be careful. Something like Magnetize, getting caught by too many like Ion Shell damage, walking through a wall. These team fights, he could be very susceptible to being bursted down.
Smoked by Lions. Just walked directly into this.
Uh-oh,
Let's say
here they
break
come.
it,
Oh, swing and a miss on the skewer, but it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
It's Spartan who just gets bursted down fast.
That's actually so much better than the TA dying, obviously.
Oh, of course. He'll
It's
take the gank.
Yep, tanks the gank, and it's not really in too awful of a position. Sure, Alliance is like right outside their gates, but still, beating on the high ground is always scary.
And because Alliance are only going to be able to snag up the one support, they'll just kind of walk back and begin to take away all that farm from Finem in their own woods here. And that forces Finem to, again, bunk up, put in that buddy-buddy system, hang inside the safety of their home. And, you know, this is not the game they want to be playing right now. You can't go against Alliance in just a farming game.
No.
You have to find a way to take initiative, find pickoffs or something, do more of this outside the box play, catch out Alliance from behind the backs or something.
Yeah, you know Alliance, like with the way they just did that play, you know Alliance can tell that they're out farming at Finem. They just were like, you know what, we don't need to put any risk with this. We just put down a ward, get some vision of their movements, and we don't need to really rush anything. We feel very comfortable. We know we're out farming them.
Ooh, dust, but it's EGM who just barely makes it away here. It crossed over that sentry. They knew he was around, but were not able to get around in time to spot him out. Would have only just been a simple Ricky takedown nonetheless, but even there, you know, Alliance proved to be very difficult to get a hold of, and now he has a gem. So vision advantage could be a problem here for the Greeks soon enough.
Yep. Thug, however, is progressing very well with his items, and he's going the perfect item build. So he has the Blink, he has the Deso, BKB, and now next MKB, of course. Not only for that Radiance miss, but of course, smoke screen miss rate that is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, Loda is going to be going for that Eye of Scotty build that we do tend to see.
He's going to be very stat heavy, very tanky.
And Roche respawns. No TA trap in the pit though, by Thug.
Yeah, he's way up here in the top lane too, so he won't even be close. And after he pushes this, might need to consider heading down to the southern part of this map to be by his team, because that was the last time we did see the big advantage for Finem was being able to have that confrontation play against Alliance in the previous Roche. So I'm sure they want to be able to go. I mean, that's it. I mean, Roche is one of those few times where they know where Alliance could be and actually together and not really able to kind of be able to disengage. So they need to make it count.
Yep, MKB finished up at the same time that Loda should be finishing up his Eye of Scotty as well.
Smoke here, looks like.
And Bulldog has a full basher as well. Oh my god, he's so farmed.
He's a big boy.
Gets a new item every 3 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Smoke on one side. Magnus picks up a smoke on the other here. Okay. Finem on the move.
We're gonna have a smoke.
Parading down the mid lane.
Oh,
maybe next time leaves out the front, but he didn't even have a blink. He got spotted. Loda pulls back. Oh, but there's going to be the jump. Madara. Oh, he's unlord a bit. He's out of position here. And can't find the commitment yet for the Chrono. Does go!
He gets
Catches two! S4 and Bulldog. They decide to go for Bulldog instead. Can they burst him down in time? He's taking a lot of damage, but they can't finish him off yet. Vacuum right on the wall. RP has the counterplay. And my god, look at the damage fly out from Loda. Ultra kill by him as he wipes out 4. Oh my goodness, Alliance say, don't you dare.
All right, Battle Fury paying off instantly.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He just sliced right
Double
through.
cleave on an RP.
Oh.
Everyone literally
He slash.
died.
He dashes. That's like an infomercial right there. That was crazy. For $49.99, you can also have this Battle Fury cleave play. Jesus Christ.
That was pretty ridiculous how fast they actually dropped. And they ended up getting a pretty decent chrono, but it was just his team wasn't near him. His team wasn't close enough, and they weren't able to get S4 in a more in a like crappier position, so his team was able to burst him down. S4 just waits patiently. They end up vacuuming into a pretty decent position to get the RP, even though there was a lot of illusions there, which got cleaved down. It didn't matter. Everyone on the side of Finem basically died instantly.
Mega high fight though, and now Alliance are going to be able to just put their assault in.
No chrono, no Earth Spirit ultimate.
Yeah.
All they have is Lion
No
Finger.
wall, nothing. All of their true high ground defense potential is just gone, and this could be racks for Alliance, and one game away from at least securing wild card here at TI, securing at least a trip to Seattle. It looks like they'll take their racks and they'll quickly walk back in away here. Madar jumps right in, smoke screen already set up. There's going to be the silence though. Keeps him safe. Boulder smash forward, blocks Loda, but very hesitant at Finem, knowing that they are a bit short on ammunition as far as what ultimates they can work with here. There's going to be the magnetize from Spark. Loda could be going down, but that would be just, of course, his Aegis. Meanwhile, they set scores. Poor Ake, who had been shoved into a hurt locker the most of this game, will be going down once more. Nice boulder smash, vacuum wall combo, but really not everything. Okay,
Oh,
there's a chrono, big chrono
No
catch,
damage though,
but
no follow-up.
they can't get the follow for Loda, and the Bear is able to isolate Thug and keep him back in that bay. So Alliance are going to be good. And now they'll re-engage, skewer a bit off the mark, but they'll finally finish off the Lion, and they're going to be down a man now. And Alliance can just move in for a second set of racks, and down south they go.
Yeah, now their ultimates are up. They have the Omni Slash with the Empower and the Battle Fury. They have the Magnus with the RP. And they're just getting a lot of autonomy from this too. They're all getting super rich from taking out these buildings and these Raxes.
Oh man. Nice little Blade Fury will avoid the stun, but when Loda hits that R button,
There it is.
Boom, 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 boom. See you later.
Yep.
And that will be game. Alliance move on to the next round. They will be going to Seattle, at least in the wild card, but they have made it into the finals of this playoff. Wonderful showing.
We actually had some really cool team fights in this
Yeah,
game.
that was awesome.
It did seem like it was a bit one-sided, but still there was like 2 or 3 team fights in this game which were actually beautiful to watch, and just in the way that they ended up happening. Of course, Alliance prevails, picking a very safe and standard lineup. The only thing that was kind of a bit of a change-up was the Rikimaru, in my opinion, but overall, the theme of what they wanted to do and the pace that they wanted, it fits their style, it fits everything.